Hello, online crew. How are you? And welcome to the live. I've got a little bit of a technical problem, so I'm just trying to sort that out. Just bear with me. It's not live streaming into my group. I'm just going to share the video from my business page into the group. So just bear with me for a second. Hello to those of you watching on Instagram. You haven't seen me live for a week. Those of you on YouTube, you haven't seen me live for a week. Those on my business page, because all last week I was delivering the Reels Bootcamp live in my group, which I'm trying to live stream into now. So let me just share that. Don't you love technology? This used to be so easy. And Facebook went and made it all hard for us to live stream into groups. So okay, we should be live over in my group now as well. Let's hope. Yes, thank you for the alert there that you can't stream into my group. So let's go back to the comments. So can you see me live well, hopefully you should be seeing me live in the group now. I should be live everywhere. Did you win the car? And the winner is. So yes, I'm drawing the winner of a free month in my coaching community shortly. So I've got all the names on a little pretty wheel, and I'm going to share my screen and we'll do it together on the live. Hello, Rick. Great to see you here. We've got Dean. We've got Marco. Good to see you in the group. Okay, so some of you be watching from my business page, some of you over here on Instagram, some on YouTube, and I have shared it now in the group. So hopefully those of you watching from the group are picking it up now as well. It just wouldn't live stream in there for me, so I had to have a bit of a workaround. So I'm back on my normal live schedule this week. So many of you hopefully joined me last week for the Reels Bootcamp, which was just in my free social media group. And I've got good news and bad news around that. The good news is we had an amazing bootcamp. So those that attended the Reels Bootcamp, I hope you learned a lot. Like, give me your feedback for those that did. Did you enjoy the bootcamp? I shared a lot of information with you. We filled out this workbook. Like, I shared a lot of information for free. The bad news is those videos have just been deleted. It hurts every time I do it to press that delete button on the videos in the free group. But they were up for a week, but they are now gone. So if you go to guide 32 in my free group now, it's just the homework tasks. All the videos are gone. If you missed out though, and you do want all those videos, or you want the recordings of those videos and a completed copy of the workbook and the recording of the special, really cool live Zoom call that we did in the coaching community while we were doing the boot camp, you do need to join my coaching community to access that now. It's only $1, so people stop complaining. Like, it's $1 to get into the coaching community for 14 days, and then you can work out whether you want to stay. If you want to stay, it is a very low cost to stay, and you can stay for just a month, just 2 months, just 3 months, just whenever. That you can access the annual membership for more than $50 off. If you want access to that. But not only that, everything else I do. So I'll share a little bit with you, and I want to draw the winner. But I also want to do a bit of a wrap up with some of the things that I'm seeing from the homework tasks, and just overall in general with Reels, the things that you need to be aware of. So, you can just store this information moving forward. Worth more than a car. Thank you, Dean. You won't, if you're watching on Instagram, you can't see the comments coming up. Hello, Jane. Joyce learnt a lot. Good morning, Jacinta. Great to see you here. So I'm just going to put up on the screen on Facebook here. You will be able to see it in my group if you're watching from there. You should be able to see it on YouTube if you're watching from there, but you're just not going to see this on the screen if you're watching from Instagram. So I'll call it out. But for those of you, I'm getting lots of questions about this. Yeah, the bad news is all the recordings for the bootcamp have now come down. You just can't access them unless you join my coaching community. This is how. It's on the screen on Facebook and YouTube, not on Instagram, but I'll read it out. If you go to helenmartinonline.com/join online crew coaching, I'll put it in the description after I've gone live on Instagram. You can join there, and there's 2 discount codes that you want to use. So you can either get in for $1 and look around at all my training for a couple of weeks and work out whether you want to stay, or you can join monthly and get over $50 off my annual subscription. So basically it's, a few months for free. And so there's the discount codes there. So the discount code for the $1 trial is RB2 monthly, and the discount code for the annual is RB2 annual. But that's the link, helenmartinonline.com/join online crew coaching. Or just go to my website, helenmartinonline.com, find the graphic for the coaching community and use one of those discount codes. That's where you can get all the recordings, where if those of you that have in my coaching community or purchased these, then you'll find the completed copy of the workbook on day 4. Okay. Now I'm going to share my screen now. I was, because I've got a bit going on here. I'm live in 3 places here. I've got my phone up here. I'm live on Instagram. And I also have a spare phone just to check your comments and check that everything's working technically. So I was just charging up my spare phone, and I've just realized the cord wasn't in the bottom properly. So it didn't charge up. So I'm going to need, am I going to see your comments? I can't even see your comments. How am I going to know if the screen sharing's working? And I'm live on Instagram. So I don't know how to check if my screen sharing's working. Anyway, I'm going to screen share, and I have no idea if it's going to work or not. So we'll just see how we go, because I haven't got my spare phone to check. Even if any of you message me, I'm live on Instagram. So we'll just see. Share screen, because last time I did this, it didn't actually work. So I'm hoping right about now you can see my screen if you're watching on Facebook. Sorry, Instagram. If you're watching on Instagram, you can't see my screen. So if you go to my business page or my free group, you'll be able to see what I'm sharing on the screen here. But stay tuned or watch the replay, because there's other things I want to share other than what I'm screen sharing. So can you guys see this? Comment in, because when I stop screen sharing, I'll pick up your comments whether you can see this or not. But this is my members website, and there's a training roadmap to social selling success here. Behind this graphic here is these headings, and all these headings have like heaps of training behind them. So if you need help with personal development or personal branding or planning or content, like Reels, TikTok, stories, any of that, or prospecting and recruiting, like I'll just pick one here, prospecting and recruiting. If I pick that, then there's all sorts of trainings behind these headings. Active and passive prospecting strategies to grow your business, the most effective strategies to follow-up strategies, best places to find your perfect prospects to friend request, the biggest mistakes people make when prospecting in Messenger, tips to transition your conversations from the friend zone to business. Like the training roadmap alone is worth being in my coaching community. But if you go back and look at all these boot camps. So every boot camp, including the one we just did last week, is all here. So the Reels boot camp, the videos are behind every day here. If you go to day 4, for those of you that have been asking, there's day 4 video, and there's the completed copy of the workbook with all the answers. So if you are lacking practical, let's see what your comments said. If you are lacking practical training, that's where you can get it. Okay, so I'm going to take that off the screen. How'd I go? Yay! it. You saw it. Yay, it's working again. Okay, so I've had lots of questions about the boot camp, people that missed out, want the recordings, want the workbook. That's how it all works. Okay, so I've extended it for just a few more hours, the discount codes. Okay, so what I had up on the screen before, screenshot that. If you want access to all that training for $1, look around, get as much training. There are people that do that. They get in for $1, they look around for a couple of weeks and then they go. But I understand that's all part of the process. Or my annual membership, it's only $297, like for a whole year. That's more than $50 off. You get all that training. There's over like $10,000 worth of training on everything that you need, including email marketing and funnels and freebies and TikTok and everything that you need. It's the best investment that you could make in your business is to go and get further practical training. Okay, so let's move on. I'm going to share, now that I know that screen sharing works, I'll screen share and do the winner on the screen as well. So I've got all your names in a wheel. So I'll do that in a second. So here's what I want to share with you regarding Reels, okay, with the homework, those that, even if you didn't watch the boot camp, those of you, like things to be aware of around Reels and what I saw like with the homework tasks. You have to know your personal brand, everybody. You have to know your personal brand. And you have to know where you're doing Reels on which platform, because it's a completely different strategy if you're going to do Reels on Instagram or Reels on Facebook. And if you're going to cross-promote them, you've got to understand the intricacies of where that works and where it doesn't work. And flooding your personal profile with Reels if you're cross-promoting from Instagram, if you're doing them every day. If you are doing Reels on Facebook, there is a place for a holiday reel, a fun reel, a gardening reel, making a drink reel, whatever you're doing. Facebook personal profile has a place for reels being on different types of topics. But do not do that on Instagram, and definitely don't do it on TikTok either. Like when we're talking short form video, don't do it on TikTok either. You must stick to your brand. It's not really the place. I'm not saying it's wrong. You can do it every now and then. But if you really want to build up a following on Instagram, stay on point with your personal brand and keep your funny ones and your gardening ones or whatever to Facebook, but not every day. Don't flood your Facebook personal profile with Reels every single day. You are hindering your own organic reach. Okay, you need to give things time to, get out there as far as the organic reach goes. Okay, so know your personal brand and know the strategy. And we talk strategy on day 4 of the Reels Bootcamp as to how many Reels you're doing where and for what purpose. But if you go on Instagram and you've got a brand and all your Instagram are about different things, people don't really know what to follow you for. And I don't know about you, but I'm not on Instagram really for fun. I'm on Instagram for business. So if you're on Instagram for business, then for the most part, stick to what your, personal brand is. And really the success of your Reels comes down to what we discussed on day 3 in the Reels Bootcamp, which is the essential elements. You can pump out Reels as much as you like, but if you do not have a good hook and you don't have a good caption and you don't have good video behind it, it'll absolutely fall flat. So you might be producing lots of Reels, but if you've got like a reel, why did I suddenly get a really itchy nose? Sorry. You don't want to do Reels with wording here, wording here, wording here, wording here, wording here, wording. Like people don't know where to look. So have a reel with a good attention grabber, and you can do Reels. Like sometimes I do Reels with just words, on the screen, or an attention grabber at the top and words below, because they're silent Reels, and the message that I'm trying to get across is on the text. Like that's fine, but I've seen a lot of Reels and people that are testing out Reels that have got wording here, wording here, wording here, wording here, wording here. Now, unless that's a trending audio that goes and the words pop in at the right time that you're pointing, it's not a good idea because you're going to confuse the human brain. So there are a lot of intricacies when it comes to the practical component of Reels regarding your trending audio, the length of your video, where you're putting your text, editing your text, maybe splitting some things in your video, splitting it up or shortening it, like the whole editing process. And this is what we're continuing on with in the coaching community, is all the pushing of the buttons, all the editing, the splitting, the cropping, the text, the fonts, the hook, the attention grabber, the timing. Have any of you got really confused with the timing of, okay, I want those words to come in there, but then I want them to disappear, and I want those words to come in there, and I don't want that to be showing when I want that, all of that kind of stuff is what we're moving on to in the coaching community, the practical kind of editing. There's so many cool things that you can do to stand out from the crowd, like green screens and various things. I don't know whether you've played around with those things, but that's what we're doing in the coming weeks, okay? So there is huge benefit, and congratulations, by the way, for those of you that have already joined the coaching community. I really look forward to seeing you this week on the screen. This week, for those of you that are coaching community members, we've got the live Q&A Zoom calls this week, and then we'll get on to the practical Reels trainings the week after. So the live Q&A Zoom calls are your opportunity to jump on Zoom with me and ask me whatever you like about your business. What's going on for you? What are you struggling with? What do you need help with? What do you need advice on? Just ask away, and we have amazing, amazing, amazing calls, okay? So other things to watch out for regarding Reels, okay? What's your personal brand? Stick to that for the most part. Be very clear about where you're doing Reels, on what platform, as to how you're going to change your strategy accordingly, whether it's on Reels or Facebook. And if you are cross-promoting, turning it on or off at the appropriate times, because it may not be appropriate for you to cross-purpose across both platforms every single time you do a Reel, depending what the Reel is all about. Okay. And remember, the most important part of your Reel, your hook, your attention grabber, your description, your length of the video, the trending audio, how the words come in, all the essential elements that we went through in day 3 of the Reels Bootcamp, which, we'll go through all of that practical stuff moving forward in the coaching community. Okay. So who's ready for me to draw the winner of a free month in the coaching community? Now, some of you might be hanging back to join the coaching community to see whether you're the winner. If somebody's already joined, you're already an existing coaching community winner, I will add a month onto whatever you've got, whether you're a monthly member or an annual member. I'll add a month onto your membership, or pause your membership for a month. Okay, so I'll work that out with you. I've got all the names on the screen. Yes, thank you, Sarah. Annual is crazy value. Just do it, guys. You saw the whole course on replay. It doesn't matter how you caught it. If you caught it on replay, that's awesome. And thank you, Dean. The live Q&A Zoom calls are worth their weight in gold. They're absolutely, like, you could get into the coaching community today for $1. Catch all the replays of the boot camp, get a complete copy of the workbook, join the live Q&A Zoom calls this week because it's a 14-day trial. Get into anything else that you want to: recruiting, prospecting, TikTok, stories, practical trainings, conversations, messenger strategies, all of that. Like, it's a no-brainer. Okay. Now, knowing that my screen sharing was working, we're going to do it again. Okay. So just watch my screen here. Sorry, those of you on Instagram, you can't see, but I'll let you know who the winner is. So we're going to the wheel. Now, all your names, I can't see you at the moment, but I'm hoping the screen sharing worked again. All the names of the people that did the homework tasks for the Reels Bootcamp are in here, and some people's names are here multiple times, because if you did the homework every day, your name got in here every day that you did the homework. So congratulations to those of you that did a homework task, because when you do the homework while we're doing the training, you actually retain it better, because you actually only retain about 5 or 10% of what I say most of the time. But if you do the homework task, you'll remember more of what we went through. Okay, so you ready? Ready, ready, ready? I'm going to spin it, and we're going to come out with a name. I don't know who it is, but we're about to find out. So let's go. It's spinning. Sharon. Sharon Rents is our winner. So congratulations, Sharon. I will send you a message. We will be in touch. I'll just stop screen sharing so I know that you all saw that. So Sharon Rents is our winner. So if she's not watching, I will get in touch with her. And apologies to all of those that missed out. Dean, did you see? You were right there. You're right there. I know he was hoping to get there, but well done, Sharon, and congratulations. And you never know when I might pop up and offer a free month into our coaching community. So stay tuned, into my socials and boot camps that I do, because I do give a lot away for free. So there's not many people that will do boot camps like I've just done. You've just got to, watch everything within the week, or come into the coaching community where all the cool kids are and get the more practical training as well. So from me to you, I want to say thank you to everybody that watched the Reels Bootcamp and got great value out of that and did the homework. Sorry, not everyone can be a winner, but well done for doing that work. If you missed it all and you want that bootcamp, but not only that bootcamp, every other bootcamp that I've done, content creation, AI, TikTok, you can get access to all my bootcamps once you join the coaching community. Then just remember that information that I put up, because those discount codes are disappearing in about 3 hours. Okay. So helenmartinonline.com/join online coaching, and either the discount code for $1 RB2 monthly, or the annual with more than $50 off for RB2 annual. Okay. Now we have normally this is my personal development, personal growth training video at the beginning of the week, but I'll be doing that at the end of the week because I've got a special collaboration with some pretty cool guests on my next live, which is not tomorrow, the next day. So make sure you join me live the rest of this week now that I'm on my normal live schedule again. So this is officially a wrap up for the Reels Bootcamp, and we will continue on all the practical training for that inside the coaching community only in the weeks to come. Okay, I'll see you on my next live. Bye, everyone.